In footballing terms, Andrew,
Yes.
Johnny Depp won 3-1.
I think that's one way of looking at it, but you've got to put this into context. I mean, it was toxic, it was traumatic, it was torrid, it was a tick-tock trial, is what I'd say, an avalanche of alliterations. Johnny was going for 50 million, and the way that it works is it's about two sides to it. One is compensation for the damage which has caused your reputation, and the other is the punitive side. The compensation he actually got was $10 million. The punitive side, they said, was going to be $5 million. But under the laws in Fairfax, Virginia, the maximum you can give is $350,000. And that's why it's that sort of side. Amber didn't lose all of her cases. She basically went saying the thing about the hoax and whether it's made it all up. The one that she won on for $2 million was a story by Adam Waldman, who was Johnny Depp's lawyer, saying basically she spilled a little wine and she faked some evidence with her friends and concocted a story. So she won $2 million for that side. The strange thing is when you compare the two cases, because we had this case over in the UK with The Sun, and I spoke about it last time, The Sun and Dan Wootton, where exactly the same facts about accusing Johnny Depp about being a wife-beater. And in the UK, what they decided, Mr. Justice Nicol said that 12 of the 14 incidents which they led were substantially true. So Johnny lost his case over here, but won in the court of public opinion. He won around the world, and it's not going to be the end of the story either, because all likelihood, firstly, Amber can't afford the $8 million, and that's huge. Secondly, in any event, she's saying that some information was to suppress some of the evidence and so on and so forth, and so they're now saying publicly, got 30 days to do it. They're now going to maybe appeal.
So, you know, you say she can't afford to pay the damages, that's £8 million, so she usually makes a phone call to Elon Musk and he pays it. But my question is, why would lawyers, when they know she hasn't got any money, take the case on? Why should she be able to go to an appeal when really this is bad debt? Yeah. She can't pay her bills. No. Why can it go forward?
It's a very valid point. And we don't know whether she can afford the $8 million. Everybody suspects based on her earnings to date. And it's very difficult because lawyers themselves, they've got their own reputation. I think if ever there was an example of making sure you have the best mouthpiece in business, there was a massive difference, I would suggest, between Johnny's legal team and Amber's legal team, for example, when in cross-examination and so on and so forth, the evidence that came out. Would they take it on speculatively is a very interesting question. I think what's going to happen is there may be a quiet little settlement, because Johnny has cleared his name. That's what it's all about, reputation. Johnny's cleared his name. He's now off playing with Jeff Beck. They've got an album coming out in July, all this sort of glorious stuff. He's won in the court of public opinion. If behind the scenes, Amber, it can go one of two ways. If she can't afford the $8 million, he might sort of turn around and say, look, I've won. I don't really, it wasn't about the money. It's about reputation. I'm now in a much better position. Let's just settle this. I'll give some money to charity and move on.
So was it a very clever move for him then to go to the next case to clear his name? And was it right that two film stars would always have it played out in the court of public opinion, because that's who are their followers, full stop?
Yeah, I'm never a fan of washing dirty laundry in public, and this is Hollywood washing their dirty laundry in public, and it's been the worst case of that since Fatty Arbuckle in the 1920s. Similar sort of major film star of his day, and he basically was accused of murder at that sort of stage, and his reputation was in tatters, even though he ultimately was shown to be proven to be innocent. So I do think it's very tricky. I do think Johnny's in a good place. He's very happy about it, and as he says, it gave him his life back.